everyone, Manny here from Sweet and Salty with Tom and Manny, and I had an idea to do a segment today on the importance of drinking enough water in a day. And this is a thought I had from a post from a friend of mine, not like a face-to-face friend, but a social media friend, I guess you would call it. It's this friggin' amazing woman. She's so fun and so sweet, just adore her to pieces. And she just started a new exercise regimen. And she is so proud of her transformation. And it's just been, this was actually like 2 weeks ago. So it's been a little further along, but she was about day 3 into this process. And I didn't realize, never drank water. So she was soda all day long. I don't know what kind. I don't know if it was sugar-free, diet, whatnot. Girl never drank any water. So about 3 days in, she had ditched soda completely for water completely. And she was amazed at the transformation in just 3 short days on how her skin looked and how she felt. So it got me thinking, because I take it for granted. I've been drinking water since I can remember. I've never once said I hate the taste of water or had to add some kind of a stimulant to it, like a flavored packet or anything like that. I've always loved water, still love it. So she got this really cool water container. Don't know the brand or what, but along with her exercise routine, she was drinking water, and she said her face already looked so much different. Her skin looked plumper, looked fuller. She looked more flush. She had more color. She had less wrinkles. I don't think she had any to begin with, but us women are really hard on ourselves. And so I just wanted to point out how important it is to drink enough water in a day. And the amount varies, of course, by person to person, where you live. Actually, climate even can contribute to dehydration, which I wasn't aware of. It was something I learned when I was doing a little research for this segment today. So you always hear, since I was a kid, all I heard was, drink enough water. You need to drink more water for whatever ailment I had. Most recently, it's been going to the dermatologist for acne, and they would say, you got to drink more water. Well, they don't know how much water I drink in a day. I can't drink any more. I will actually have a negative effect on my body, which can happen from drinking too much water, which is something my mom has always told me. You're drinking too much water, you're going to flush out all your good electrolytes, but you actually can overdo even something good like water. But so, what is the amount that you always are told? Is it 8 glasses a day or something like that? But I did a little research, and according to the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine, the adequate daily fluid intake that they have determined, could have changed since this was posted, was about 15.5 cups or 3.7 liters of fluids daily for men. And for women, it is about 11.5 cups, 11.5 cups or 2.7 liters daily fluid intake for women. So I think it's really important to have a portable water cup that you take with you. So for me, I got this hydro flask a couple years ago, and as you can see, it's seen better days. Dropped this more times than I care to admit, but this is my favorite color, and it keeps your beverages cold. All it's ever seen the inside of this hydro flask is water. And I'm fortunate that we have an under sink reverse osmosis system in the house. So I don't have to worry about going out and purchasing water. My biggest pet peeve, and I shouldn't even say this, is like, whatever, I'm just going to say it. So families that do just water bottles all day and they just throw the bottles away. So basically it's tons of bottles and bottles and bottles going in the garbage. I'm a big recycler, and I believe you need to recycle. The planet is in a bad way right now, and it's only getting worse. And the bottles of water are not helping. That's another topic. But of course, it's not always easy to get what I used to have before moving in here. I would get the Culligan or Sparklets delivery, and that's not cheap, but it was just something that was so important to me because of how much water I would consume on a day. So since I can remember having my own place, even back home when I lived with my family, we would have water delivered in the big, 5-gallon jugs. So always really good water in the house, and that's important. So now we have the reverse osmosis, separate faucet for it. Boom, you're good. So anyway, back to the hydro flask. It keeps it cold all day. You throw some ice cubes in, you're good to go. So it's really important to have like a water container to take with you everywhere. If you know me at all, two things I always have in my hands. One hand, the hydro flask, the other hand, my vape. Screw the phone. I could care less about that thing. These are my go-tos. So, but drinking enough water in a day is so critical. Has a lot to do with your climate. So we live in Las Vegas and it's very dry, and most of the year it's extremely hot here. So people that come to visit are not quite prepared for the heat or out day drinking. We have a lot of like day clubs out here, and you're partying and you're drinking alcohol and it's like 110 degrees and it just hits you out of nowhere and you really feel like shit, for lack of a better word. So it's really important to stay hydrated, but for your, even just your skin, how much you see your skin plump up, the hydration, it's not just something that you're told as like a cheap ploy just to get you out and on your way. Drink more water. It's so important, you guys. And the older I get, the more I am realizing in my 26 years, I am wise beyond my years, you guys. It's amazing. Drinking enough water. Dehydration has, obviously, even before you get dehydrated, you just have all these really negative effects, but it can lead to headaches. It can lead to confusion. It can lead to memory loss. It can lead to dizziness. It can lead to fatigue. It can lead to body aches, muscle spasms, just general tiredness, blurred vision, things like that. So drinking enough water in a day is so critical, and especially out here in such a dry climate. It's not humid, so I can't really relate to living in a humid climate because it's so bone dry out here, which I love. So I just wanted to stress to everyone to get a really good like drinking bottle that you don't mind carrying around with you, toting around with you all day. Also, it's not just from drinking water that you get your daily fluid. You could also do my favorite, Gatorade. Of course, you do have the sugar and whatnot, but you still want to consume just water, fruits, and the foods that you eat, good leafy greens and watermelon and things like that contribute to your fluid intake as well. But even that aside, you still want to focus on just drinking straight water. The biggest problem for me is when I travel, because when I travel, that's when I have to go and scour for these, because I realize just how much I drink when I'm on the road. It's about a gallon a day just for myself. It's crazy. That's not talking making coffee and all of that, just straight water. It's about a gallon, I would say. And so this is kind of a cool little liter right here. So you can measure easier how much you're consuming. If you know, oh my God, like this hydro flask is 21 fluid ounces, I believe. 21 ounces, and they come in all kinds of sizes, which is a really good way to keep track if you want to keep track. There's even apps, which I tried and it just was pointless because I drink so much I don't need the app, but that can help you track. If you're trying to stay on track, I have to make sure I get enough water. So there's even really helpful apps or stuff like this, which is super easy. And you know, oh, I have to refill it. I drank 1 liter. Good job. And it has it in ounces. So super easy. We love San Pellegrino around the house. So at night, this is kind of my go-to water. So I drink this on top of this all day. So like I said, I probably drink too much water, but this is really good with lime in it. So there's not just, if you do think water is bland, there's lots of different ways you can spice up water. Cucumber, lemon, lime, dill, fruit. You could mash it up in there to kind of boost the flavor. But that post just got me thinking in just 3 days how much of a transformation this woman saw. And it's important too if you do have acne, which is something you'll hear me talking about a lot. Drinking water just flush out your system, and it's so important to just regulate everything. You don't want to get to the point where you're dehydrated because your body's already at that point of now you have to catch up to where it needs to be and then stay hydrated. So just keep drinking water, sipping on water, even if you're not thirsty. I've heard that if you feel thirsty, you're already at the point of being dehydrated. So just something to keep in mind. Drink, especially out here in Las Vegas. So yeah, I'm a huge proponent of drinking water all day long, and it's supposed to also help maintain weight. Maybe that's why I'm so skinny, is because I drink too much water. I don't know. Maybe I have to opt for some more sugary drinks because I'm trying to gain weight. But it just makes me feel a lot better. Headaches, any of that, fatigue, like I mentioned earlier. So that's all I have today. I wanted to talk about the importance of drinking water. Drink water, recycle. Love you.